What's good, everybody? We are back.
What's good? What's
What's
good?
good? Here's another episode of Podcast This. And as per usual, it is me and our resident United expert, Isaac. We're just here to, at this point, guys, I don't know, man. Like, I feel like you guys should have pity on us at this point. Whenever we say that, right, you guys should have pity on us because
Ah,
United has come to a point where I don't even think our enemies are even enjoying this, you know? Like, we're not even putting up a fight anymore. They're just looking at us battered and bruised. And you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? So let's take a nosedive into it. Man City United, disappointing, but was it really surprising? Give me your brief thoughts on it. It's been some time after the game. We've had some UCL games to dilute the sadness, and we've had some time to digest the madness. So talk to me.
honestly, I think the one question I've been asking myself is, I don't know what we were expecting. I don't know
Hmm.
what we were expecting. Like in the past decade, like when was the last time Manchester United went into a game against Manchester City and we're like, oh, we're going to win? Like, I don't know what we're expecting. Even when we've been better, even when we've had a better squad, even when we've been playing in a 4-3-3, a 4-2-3-1, or whatever that people expect us to play, when have we felt like, oh yeah, we should beat Manchester City? So I don't know what we're expecting. I don't know why people were so mad that we lost to Manchester City. Like it's
Hmm.
any new news, right? And I remember I was like having like a back and forth with someone on Twitter about this. They were like, oh, now we're accepting mediocrity and we're accepting loss, we're accepting failure,
Hmm.
and this is not Manchester United, whatever. And I was like, what? And I just kept saying to myself, sometimes, right? Acceptance is the first step towards fixing the problem. We
Hmm.
need to accept where we are. We need to come to a realization that we're no longer a top six team. We're a top six club in terms of the magnitude and size of our club, our commercial revenue, but in terms of a team,
Hmm.
like bro, on average, the idea I was even using like FIFA, the video game
FIFA
FC
ratings,
26 or
yeah.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. If you look at the FIFA ratings on paper, we're not even a top six team on
Hmm.
paper. You get what I'm saying? So you look at all these, which means there are at least six teams in the league who should beat us.
Hmm.
Have we lost to two of these six teams? Yes, we have.
Hmm.
We lost to Arsenal. I don't think we were expecting to beat Arsenal. We lost to Manchester City.
Hmm.
I don't think we were expecting to beat Manchester City. We drew to Fulham away from home. It's not an easy place to go to, right?
Hmm.
And we beat Burnley. Yes, it was hard in the end, but we dominated that game. Probably should have been five by halftime. So me, I don't know. Me, when the game ended, I was like,
Hmm.
yeah. And the
You
sad thing
just
is, if you
felt it,
actually watch the game, it's like the, the
yeah.
last the last thing you should be thinking about is system, bro. Like all the goals were mistakes. Like the first goal. How
Mm-hmm.
is how is Doku just running through there? Look Shaw right there like that. Look at the second
Hmm.
goal. Mistake from us. Third goal. Mistake from us again. Like, come on, man. Like I feel like the formation thing is just an easy thing, people just wanna because they really have nothing else to say
Yeah.
at the end of the day. I think people actually like the idea of Manchester United struggling.
Hmm.
They want us to sack this manager, bring a new manager, start the transition again. And at the end of the day, it's up to the owners to be strong and look at the data. It's important. Look at the data.
Yeah.
We are better. We're taking more shots than everyone else. We're
Hmm.
all the four games we've played, we've had more possession than anyone. When was the last time we had more possession than Manchester City in a game?
Hmm.
Come on. Like you can't look at all these and say, oh, it's the same old United and we are bad. We've just been unlucky. And again, like I'm saying, we lost to Manchester City and Arsenal, bro. We'll probably lose to Chelsea tomorrow too. And that's also fine. We're not better than Chelsea. It's simple as that. I will have a problem if after the Chelsea game we go to Brentford and we lose. We
Hmm.
go to Sunderland and we lose. That's when I will have a problem. But until that happens, bro, I could care less, bro. Those games were just winging it. That's how I felt, and that's how I still feel now.
That's
I don't know
heavy,
if you feel
man.
any different.
I do feel I don't. We share the same sentiment. Maybe I'm exploring it from a different standpoint, right? I think we're both hurt. I think we're both
Okay.
disappointed. I also think we're both comfortable in the fact that we shouldn't sack the manager right now, right? I think we both agree on that case. Um, with that being said, though, I still think that the questions to be asked should still be asked, just because why are we even this? Why are we even in this position? Right? We're in this position because we expect better of our team, right? We expect that these signs should manifest into results. And maybe it's too early to call. Maybe it's too early to see. We've faced three of the top six teams in our first six games, right? So we're playing Chelsea tomorrow. We've had not the easiest opening. That being said, though,
My point exactly.
yeah, exactly. And given where we ended up last season, right? We're performing like a team that finished 15th last season. We're losing against the big teams. We're struggling against maybe smaller teams, but we're still getting results here and there. So we're performing like that kind of team. However, the real question comes into the fact that we have players that have certain strengths, and those certain strengths don't feel like they're being capitalized on, right? I'm not even talking players like Kobe Mainoo, right? We've sung that song too many times. When I see Bruno Fernandes playing like a
Hmm.
CDM, I start asking questions, man. You know what I'm saying? I see our front three uh start asking some questions. You know what I'm saying? It's like Casemiro, Gate. You start asking some questions. So I don't even know what to like. I don't know what to say anymore about this club. All I know is that I'm expecting disappointment. I'm expecting disappointment, and I want to get to a point where I'm not expecting it anymore. Because, like you said, even in the past when we played against these
No,
teams, and maybe we didn't get a result, I didn't expect disappointment from this club. You feel what I'm saying? And it's
yeah,
just come.
well, it's our
That's
new
what.
reality, man.
That's exactly that's where we are.
The thing is, I'm not expecting disappointment. I'm not expecting disappointment every game. That's what I want to make clear,
Uh-huh.
right? The only teams I'm expecting disappointment are Arsenal, Manchester City,
Hmm.
Chelsea, Liverpool. That's it. Maybe Newcastle, just because those guys are big, strong. We just don't have the power against
Hmm.
those guys. We just don't. But
Yeah.
everyone else, I'm actually watching those games, feeling a little bit confident, feeling like, yeah, we should win this one.
We
That's my
should.
point. Last season, Newcastle lost 12 games in the league
Mhm.
and still somehow finished in the Champions League, bro. So
I
it's not
mean,
about how many games you lose. It's about winning the ones you're expected to win. That's the thing. So if we can even decide we're going to lose all our 4 games against the 4 best teams in the league, that's 8 games we can lose. Are we going to be able to win the rest? I feel like that is where I am going to measure this manager's progress personally. You get what I'm saying?
no, fair
I
enough,
don't
fair
know,
enough.
man. I don't know.
I mean, you make a good point. That's fair. And maybe I'm just numb. I'm just numb to the pain now. I don't expect us to lose against Brentford. I have Brentford being relegated, man. Like I called that. I said Brentford could be relegated
Yeah,
and Sunderland too. Even Burnley. So against those three
yeah.
teams, right, I expect us to win. But you know, when you're a team like Man City and you lose against Brentford, the amount of disappointment you feel would be colossal. Like you'd be like, damn, we are a City, like this is an easy win. I want to put that same amount of disappointment when Man United loses against Brentford. And the sad reality is, I don't think I will.
But who are you
Are we
disappointed
really?
in, right? Because I feel like a lot of us are misdirecting our disappointment. We keep saying it's the manager in this 3-4-3
Mhm.
system, whatever.
No, I'm not
Meanwhile, you have
disappointed
Luke
in the
Shaw
manager.
after 20 years is still at this club, bro.
I think I'm most disappointed in who is supposed to be in charge of funneling out these players. Who has that last call? That's who I'm most disappointed in.
Mm.
Who is supposed to bring in the players and funnel the players? Now I know there's so many hands, including Amarim's, right? And then you have Radcliffe, you have our director of
Yeah.
football. I'm just disappointed in how those decisions didn't come to be made because we're fans, bro. And it seems like the fans have a unified front on who their team needs, especially for this formation. We were crying out for players for this specific formation, bro. Right? So you can't tell me that this knowledge isn't common or isn't even discussed within our board or within the
No, they
owners or
know.
within the powers that be. Of course, so
Yeah.
now of course there's other stuff like PFA, financial fair play, all that. But
Yeah, we don't have £1 billion sitting there that we can go sign anyone we want. Like,
we had
the
220
era
for
is
three
different. This is
strikers,
not
bro.
Manchester City when Pep took over, where
Yeah,
they could do
true.
anything they want. Like, this is a different time.
I
Now
mean,
you need to
fair.
care about FFP. So, hey,
We had 220 for actually 200. How much do we send the man's for 15, 20? I think 25. We had 245 million to spend. We spent on three forwards and a goalkeeper. We sent Rashford out on loan. We sent Hoyland out.
Jojo, what should they have spent it on? No,
Okay,
this
do
is what I
you,
also don't get. So
no,
two
I
hundred
think a
forty
question.
million. What should
I
they have
think a
spent it on?
question because here's my hot take, right? And we've been discussing hot takes.
Okay.
Here's my hot takes. Um, the crux or the pin, and I told you this in our group chat. The crux of this formation are the right or the wing backs. Now we have players who can play wing back. We have Ahmad. We've seen Ahmad play really well on the wing back. We can make a case for Mazraoui. We've made cases that Dalot should not even be smelling that pitch or playing the wing back role. But I feel like this formation rests entirely on our wing backs being prolific, not even just proficient, but prolific. And I think that could make a great difference if we had prolific wing backs. I think put Dumfries on this team, put Frimpong in this team. Fuck it, keep Ahmad in the wing back role. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Let's not even.
Yeah, so they should be putting all those crosses for who to finish.
Yeah. What?
And they should put a crosses for Rasmus Hoyland. Jojo.
No.
So they should cross it for Rasmus Hoyland and Joseph Sexy.
Look, if we bought only one of Mbemo Cunha, if we bought only one of Mbemo Cunha and stay to Sesko and one of those two, and maybe try to get a win back in that position, I'm not mad at that. But let not even come for the transfer.
Then we needed a midfielder too.
What? What did you say?
Then we needed a midfielder too, Jojo.
We did, but we need to start prioritizing, bro. I feel like, and again, I'm not coming for the transfers because I'm happy with them. When Cunha and Mbemo and Sesko dropped, I was happy. I was like damn near ecstatic, bro. I'm not coming for them, but you can see how all those decisions still factor into where we are at today, bro. So I'm not trying to blame anybody. I'm not even trying to blame the team, man. I just feel like
okay, let me ask you one last question. Then we move on from this topic, right?
I'm disappointed.
Like, so do you think these signings, right, have moved us a step forward or a step back?
I think they moved us.
Did you get the question, man?
I get the question.
Do you feel like it's a step forward?
The question almost sounds rhetorical because all of the chances we've had and the goals we've scored have come from these two signings, Mbemo and Cunha, right? Maybe you have some supplements from the wing backs. Bad signings, but I'm not saying they're bad signings. I'm not even saying we shouldn't have made them. All I'm saying is that the decision to make them and not to make others is still hurting us. You know what I'm saying? And that's clear as day. And again, like I say, it was a hot take. So, I would have personally, I would have gone with either one of Mbemo Cunha and maybe sign a proper prolific wing back if we could. But that's just me. I'm not mad at who we got. That's how I would have done it, though. Right? And to answer your question, yes, they moved us forward.
For me,
of course they have.
Yeah, I think for me, what we all need to understand is this: like, we're at the stage where we need to finish 7th or 8th this season. So we have the squad for 7th or 8th this season. The problem is we keep feeling like we should be a top 4 club. That's why we're like, oh, we signed 3 forwards. We also need a wing back. We also need 2 new midfielders. We also probably need a new goalkeeper. You need to take your time. Go and look at the Jurgen Klopp. In his first season, he got 1 player. Still had to survive Dejan Lovren and some bad goalkeepers. That took them to 7th. And then when they were ready to go to 4th, what did they do? They brought in a new goalkeeper for 70-odd million. They signed Virgil van Dijk. They added Mo Salah. Progress. So again, we've taken step 1. Step 2, now we know, okay, now the forward line is secure. Step 2, we go get a new midfielder. Then the wing backs will come in. Then we now become a top 4 team. The issue is we want to skip from 0 to 100. It's a process, bro.
It is a process.
Like, let's accept an 8th and 7th place finish.
I'll be more than happy with 8th and 7th.
That's all well.
Shoot, 12th will be better than what we did last season, bro. But here's the problem with what you just talked. Here's the problem with what you just mentioned, right? All these teams that you mentioned who had this progress, right? At the points they were at the time they started making this progress, like they were already way below where we are right now, right? And as bad as we've been, we've only spent 10 years not having a Premier League trophy. Liverpool had 3 decades before they made that progress, right? Arsenal, Lord knows how long they had. Man City, Lord knows how long they had. So the players weren't just the fans weren't just accepting of that. The fans like you and I who would have been mad at that progress had already died, bro. We're already in their old age. You feel what I'm saying? The point I'm making is the unfortunate reality of Man United right now is that we still have fans who feel the very raw, visceral effects of Ferguson, right? Who lived through that. Who, unfortunately, for the fans and the board, aren't willing to be patient like the way Liverpool fans were patient, or City fans were patient, or even Arsenal fans were patient. That's our problem. It's a double-edged.
Well, they should learn from that.
No, they should.
No, I agree, but they should learn from that.
I mean,
they should learn from that because that should tell them something. But what were all those clubs doing before they finally decided we're not going to do that anymore? They were doing what we were asking our board to do now.
Mm-hmm.
Chopping and changing, manager after manager, sacking, next,
Mm-hmm.
next. And it never worked out. Until after like 30 years, like you're saying, they were like, nope, we can't keep doing this. We need to back one manager, have an identity, and let it boil over.
Mm-hmm.
So we as fans need to learn from that and be like, oh, we can shorten our 30-year decline to just 12 years by deciding, you know what, let's calm down. Let's see the process,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's see the process and allow this thing cook. But hey, we're not willing to do that. We're already calling for the guy. Said, okay, sure, me, I'm fine. We can sack him, bring in Javi Hernandez. He comes in, probably finishes top 4 next season. He realizes that we are shit. We sack him too. We sign another manager. Hey, repeat, rinse and repeat.
Mm-hmm.
We can do
Oh
that for
yeah.
another 30 years. If that's what we want.
No, bro, I don't want us to sack our manager. On this podcast, I have been very anti-sacking Amorim. Not even because he's Amorim, just because we
Mm-hmm.
can't keep getting in this cycle, bro. We just can't, right?
Yeah,
So I
we just
understand
can't,
that
bro.
perfectly. I don't want us to sack that manager. I'm just trying to
Mm-hmm.
contextualize where we're at. So Isaac, the true reality is that you and I may never get to see another Premier League trophy, bro. Or when we do, we'll have kids who
No,
have
I
kids.
disagree.
Like, no, what you describing, and like,
I disagree.
listen. What you're describing, one of two things happen. One, either all our United fans collectively, including the stakeholders at United, take your route. Where they're like, you know what, guys, Liverpool took them so long to get here, but they did this because they were patient. Arsenal, City, shit, maybe even Chelsea, same thing. There's that route, right? The only way we get to see a Premier League trophy before we're old and grey is if that happens. The unfortunate bit is that
Yeah.
I don't think it. I want it to happen. I just don't think it will. United is suffering from its own success, bro. Right? We're still living in the shadow of Ferguson, where fans, board members, and stakeholders alike still feel how real it was to be a winning team. And unfortunately, right, the
Yeah.
powers that be can't wait for that long to replicate that success just because we're United. And here's another thing.
Okay.
At the time, Liverpool, City, and Arsenal were doing all this, bro. They weren't us, bro. That's the problem. They weren't us. Like, we were United, bro. Creme de la creme for real. It shouldn't take us that long, but it looks like it's going to. Right? It looks like it's going to. And
I
before we
don't
wrap
even
this
think
up,
it will.
no, go ahead, go ahead. Oh, days we're crashing out.
No, I was
Isaac,
just
you
saying,
told
I
me
don't
a
even
comment.
think it will take it. Honestly, I believe if we stick with Amorim until the end of the season, next season we are challenging for the league title. I said it. It's simple. Stick with
Fair enough,
Amorim until
man.
the end of this season. Next season we are challenging for the league title. It's simple as that. It's very, very
Look,
simple. It's not that deep. Oh. We just need one season with this manager. This season, let him take us to top 7. That's it. If we finish top 7 this season, next season, Jojo, you wait. We might even pick the league title next season.
I hope so. I really hope so. I just,
Ah,
look,
but it's a big if. The problem is that it's a big if. This guy could get sacked tomorrow if he loses to Chelsea badly. That's the problem.
it is a it is a big if. It is a big if. I just don't think so. I
Mm-hmm.
just I don't know. I don't know, man. I hope so. But I you know what? Glory, glory, Man United. Glory, glory, Man United. Now, we've spoken about other teams as well who are sort of surfing the wave of success or of brilliance, two of whom clash this weekend,
Yep.
right? Arsenal, Man City.
Yep.
Now, um, unlike our game, do you think it will fall heavily to one side, either side? What do you think about that game?
Um, based on evidence of what I've seen from Arsenal this season
Hmm.
in big games, I won't be surprised if City win.
Hmm.
I do want an Arsenal win. I think Arsenal are the better team in this moment in time. They have a better squad than Manchester City. City still have some injuries. He played the same starting 11 he played against us
Hmm.
in the week against Napoli, right? That's probably the fittest squad he has, so he probably will play the same thing against Arsenal,
Hmm.
right? Whereas Arsenal, they made changes midweek. Gyökeres didn't even get a full 90 and things. So Arsenal are stronger. I expect Arsenal to win. The only issue is anytime they've come against a big team this season, they've been outplayed. You get
Hmm.
what I'm saying? At Manchester United, they were outplayed. They relied on a set piece to win.
Hmm.
At Liverpool, yes, there were moments in the game where they controlled the game, but they didn't really offer anything. And in the end, they ended up losing to a very, very amazing free kick, right? But they still lost the game.
Hmm.
Like I was expecting them to like take the game to Liverpool, like show them that hey, we are here to win the league this season. But it was almost as if they were comfortable just, you know, keeping a 0-0 or something, right? So they might go in with the same approach against Manchester City, which then might play into City's hands. You know, they will take their time, play their game, whatever. And, you know, City might just get the job done. But I do want Arsenal to win. I mean, everyone knows I've called for an Arsenal win this year. I want them to win the title. Like, I don't want Liverpool to win because then they'll have more titles. I don't want City to win because, you know, United City. Arsenal can win. We don't care. We have too many league titles than Arsenal to be bothered about them.
Uh,
That's how I feel. What do you think?
mhm. Um, give me 1 second. Uh,
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think my mind swings either or, to be honest. I had to really think
Okay.
about it, to be honest, because at this moment I don't have any solid thoughts. I think both Arsenal and City are very good teams, and like you said, Arsenal have a better squad. I think that as well. They also have a more rested squad. It also feels like they have a more stable squad. They just feel more secure in their identity as a team, even though the way they translate their identity against the big games or big teams might not work out for them. You just feel like they know what they're doing. City, for some reason, feels a little bit ramshackled. You know, Foden had a very good, like, very good game. Last time he played us, and maybe they're getting remnants of their old cityness. But I guess we'll see. I won't be surprised if it's like a calm zero
Yeah.
zero, maybe a 1-0. I don't think either team will outlash anyone. For sure, I don't think it's gonna go either way. Definitely.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
also too early in the season anyway.
yeah.
Like,
I'm thinking out loud, man. I just
yeah.
don't think so. Though Haaland is on impeccable form,
I
right?
agree.
Haaland is on impeccable form.
Yeah.
Like he's Haaland is insane, Haaland, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's killing it.
And sometimes
Um,
that's the difference. If
mhm.
United had a Haaland, we probably finish off Arsenal in that game. We probably finish off Fulham in that game. We probably finish
Yeah.
off Burnley early. We probably even beat Manchester City. Unfortunately, we don't have a Haaland.
In Sheffield, we
We have
believe,
a
man.
21-year-old with potential.
Yeah. In Sheffield, we believe. In Sheffield, we believe. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't have many thoughts on that game just because I don't think there's many thoughts to be had. I just think that Arsenal will have a hard time
Okay.
defending Haaland, but they got big boys for that, right? They have a
Yeah.
solid midfield in Zubimendi. I think Zubimendi is a really good player for them. Um, we'll see if Gyökeres can put one past Donnarumma, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
We'll
What
see.
about us against Chelsea?
Uh, I think a man can dream, you know? I think Chelsea have a better
Of
chance of
course.
beating us. For some reason, I feel like we could edge them out though. We could edge them out. I feel like
I
we
mean,
could win the game. I'll give it to us to be honest. What do you think?
yeah. I say no. I do expect us to beat Chelsea, especially at home.
Hmm.
You know, they haven't won here for a long time. So worst case scenario, it's a draw.
Just
I
draw.
don't expect us to lose to Chelsea at home.
Yeah.
It's, like that's it.
Hmm.
But I am a little bit worried. I've been watching Cole Palmer for a while now. That guy is like Champions League level. Like
Hmm.
I saw them in the Champions League, and yeah, Palmer is he's ready to play for a proper Champions League team. Maybe not even Chelsea.
Hmm.
Like he needs to be playing for the Madrids and the Barca's and those kind of teams. So he might be a worry because he's coming back from injury. So he's the only one we really need to look out for. But yeah, on a good day, I think we beat Chelsea. But hey, I also won't go crazy if we lose. Again, they're a better squad than us. So
Yeah.
I'll be like, well, yeah, it's
They have a
Chelsea.
better squad, deeper squad. They might throw some shithousery and start
Yes.
Garnacho. Actually, I
Hey,
think they'll start.
no, I want them to start
I
him.
think they'll start Garnacho. To be honest, I think
Start him, bro.
they're
Start him and let us teach him a lesson.
honestly, bro. The manager said it. He said that Garnacho's ready to start. He literally said Garnacho's ready to start.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes. The team I want to talk about though is Liverpool, man. I was so excited for Liverpool's UCL game this weekend. Sorry, not this weekend, this past week. Just also because I wanted to see how Isak could blend into the team his
Yeah.
first game, his first start. I don't know how much of that game you saw, but what do you think
Yeah.
about that?
I mean, they are playing like champions. You know what I'm saying? That's how champions do. You don't need a manager. You don't need a system. 4-5-1, 2-1, 3-4-5. 4-3-3, whatever. when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's the 11 men on the pitch and
Mhm.
what they can do.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to it, it's about Mo Salah having a very terrible game,
Mhm.
but then coming up in moments and doing some brilliance. That's not something he worked on the training pitch. It's just him finding himself in the right position to put the ball in the back of the net. You know, sometimes it comes down to a last minute header from Virgil van Dijk,
Mhm.
arguably one of the best players in the world, period, not centre back, players.
Mhm.
You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, that's what it comes. And when you are a team like that, then now it allows your players to bed in. It allows the likes of Florian Wirtz to get away with crime. He's literally getting away with crime, bro.
He's playing
150 million spent.
Harambo,
He
bro.
hasn't done shit for Liverpool. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But hey, who cares? Mo Salah is still delivering. You
Mhm.
know, Van Dijk is still doing his thing. They are still cooking. So it allows players like this to take their time and bed into the squad and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Now, whether they can maintain this for a long, I've always told you, even from last season, I just don't think they have the quality of their players will always peak to a certain point when it comes to Champions League. They might win the Premier League, but
Mhm.
in the Champions League, I feel like this same team, if they came up against PSG, will lose again.
Mhm.
That's just a fact.
Yeah.
I don't see this Mo Salah getting past Nuno Mendes. That hasn't changed.
Mhm.
So they will always hit a limit in that sense, right? Whereas you look at some teams, even you look at Real Madrid, they've started pretty poorly, but you look at the Real Madrid squad and say, you know, there will come a time where they will actually, you know, move up to the next
Mhm.
level. Like there's another level for them to come. You know, Vini hasn't even started yet this season to his level. You
Yeah.
know, Rodrigo is still yet to come in. All these things, but you look at Liverpool and you feel like they are playing at like their highest level at the moment at
Yeah.
this moment in time. But then again, they will also tell you, hey, Florian Wirtz hasn't hit the ground running yet. Isaac, you know, is still yet to come into the squad. So who knows? Maybe there's still more to come from Liverpool. But I feel like, you know, they are doing what champions do. Forget about the manager. Forget about tactics, bro.
They're
They're just
playing
good
like happy
players, man.
champions, and that's
Good players don't need tactics. They just play ball.
they just ball. And that's what I wanted to bring up, right? I was so excited to see their team just because I feel like
Mhm.
for the longest time we have another team that's playing like actual champions, man. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the English football realm.
Yeah.
UCL, I agree with you. I just feel like there's other teams out there that are just on another level altogether. And Liverpool are still entering that championship
Yeah.
era where they become a definitively really good team, right? But the club is acting like a proper club, proper manager, proper squad. The players are coming up when they need to come up. All these clutch moments from Mo Salah, as trivial as they might seem individually, that's what winners do. Fergie time was the whole thing because of that. Imagine the number of games
Yeah.
Fergie won and the number of
Yeah.
championships or trophies those won him, right? At the end of the day, winners win. That's why I've been so impressed by them and
Yeah.
also impressed by Salah by just doing that. And of course, over the week, he had a brilliant game, and bruh, he was unbelievably good. But I think that's a testament to the whole team. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just kind of reminded me of us, man. I hate to bring us in the equation, but that was us, bro. Where we were undoubtedly just cast apart. Where everything we did just whispered champion, bro, whispered winner. And I kind of want us to get
Yeah,
to
but
that point.
Liverpool also had a moment like us.
They
They
did.
had a
They did.
period like us, you know, when Salah had just walked in, when Sadio Mane had just walked in, when they were finishing sixth and seventh and eighth. They
Yeah,
had it.
they
What was
did.
the difference? They decided that no, it doesn't matter that we finish eighth or seventh, we'll keep
Mhm.
our manager.
True that.
So,
And
hey, we will get
let's
there
hope.
too. Mo Salah
Yeah,
wasn't like this when they signed him, what, 7 years ago?
of course not. Of course not. Most
Yeah.
of that was like Cunha. That was
Mbuemo
it.
could be Mo Salah in the next 5 years.
He could. Liverpool wanted to replace Salah with him.
Exactly.
When they thought Salah was going, Mbeumo was the direct replacement. Mbeumo was the guy who was trying to replace him with. So yeah,
Exactly.
no, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that we will never get there.
Yeah.
I just, we're going through the times. And maybe if Liverpool fans did a podcast around that time, they may be saying the same shit we're saying now. Fuck it. If you're a Liverpool fan, tell me how you thought, man. Like, I really want to know. Because I feel like I'm comparing your today to our yesterday, and perhaps your today to our tomorrow. And
Yeah.
I just want to, if you're a Liverpool fan and you're watching this, like, let me know. I'm really interested in how you guys felt and how you guys feel now. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I'm interested about the games coming up. USO is exciting.
Yeah.
Um, you know,
Mm-hmm.
is there any team in the USO specifically that you're now looking at? and keeping your eye on that
Yeah,
stuff.
I mean, yeah, I'm interested to see what Barca will do, especially with our boy Rashi. So let's see. I
Ooh,
mean, they were not impressive, I have to say. I thought they would just like go and like blow away Newcastle, but
yeah.
Newcastle, this highline Barca plays, Newcastle like exploited it a
Hmm.
couple of times. Newcastle are lacking a finisher. I mean, they've lost Isaac, so you can understand they need a lethal striker. They are lacking that right now. So because they are doing all the right things, they played really well. They are creating the chances, but they are not able to put it into the back of the net. I mean, they even got a goal back, made it 2-1. So
Hmm.
Barca can still be got us. You know what I'm saying? Last season they considered like 26 goals or something. So
Hmm.
I'm just interested to see how Rashford does, again, just because of the narratives, because he did one good game, everyone is like, oh, Amorim is the problem. It's not Rashi. Like, come on. Things like that.
I
So,
mean,
yeah, interested to see what Barca does.
yeah.
Also interested to see what Real Madrid does, you know.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but, yeah, man.
We'll see how it goes. I feel like and this could be a whole topic of debate, right? The whole post United era, the whole conspiracy that players who live United get better. I mean, the proof is in the pudding if you look at it in a very shallow way, right? Players are performing, and there's proof of that, but maybe we can get into a deep dive in that in another podcast. But for now, I think that's it for us.
All right.
Episode. Leave your comments, thoughts below. Peace.